Welcome to English Practice Everyday. Today we will learn 10 words derived from the Latin root vertere, which means to turn. Vertere forms the foundation for words related to turning, changing direction, or transforming, both in literal and figurative senses. We will practice these words by using them in simple sentences. After practicing, we will read a short story that uses all these words, helping us understand them in context. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. 1. Invert. Invert. From Latin invertere, meaning to turn inward. Inward, plus vertere, to turn. Invert means to reverse or turn something upside down or inside out. Invert means to reverse or turn something upside down or inside out. Please invert the bottle before using it. Please invert the bottle before using it. The mechanic inverted the engine to inspect its pace. The mechanic inverted the engine to inspect its pace. The artist inverted the colors to create a unique effect. The artist inverted the colors to create a unique effect. 2. Divert. Divert. From Latin divertere, meaning to turn aside. Di, apart, plus vertere, to turn. Divert means to change direction or shift attention. Divert means to change direction or shift attention. The river was diverted to prevent flooding. The river was diverted to prevent flooding. The police diverted traffic after the accident. The police diverted the traffic after the accident. He tried to divert the conversation away from politics. He tried to divert the conversation away from politics. 3. Advert. Advert. From Latin advertere, meaning to turn toward. Ad, toward, plus vertere, to turn. Advert means to refer to or draw attention to something, often in conversation or written text. Also refers to advertising. Advert means to refer to or draw attention to something, often in conversation or written text. Also refers to advertising. I saw an advert in the newspaper for a new Italian restaurant opening downtown. I saw an advert in the newspaper for a new Italian restaurant opening downtown. The teacher adverted to the importance of honesty during the discussion on ethics. The teacher adverted to the importance of honesty during the discussion on ethics. Tom briefly adverted to the recent changes in company policy before moving on to the main topic. Tom briefly adverted to the recent changes in company policy before moving on to the main topic. 4. Revert. Revert. From Latin revertere, meaning to turn back. Back, plus vertere, to turn. Revert means to return to a previous state or condition. Revert means to return to a previous state or condition. After the repairs, the phone reverted to factory settings. After the repairs, the phone reverted to factory settings. If the negotiations fail, both parties might revert to their initial positions. If the negotiations fail, both parties might revert to their initial positions. The software update caused issues, so the company had to revert to the previous version. The software update caused issues, so the company had to revert to the previous version. Five. Vertigo. Vertigo. From Latin vertigo, meaning a turning around. Vertere, to turn, plus ego, a state or condition. Vertigo means a sensation of spinning or dizziness. Vertigo means a sensation of spinning or dizziness. Standing on the edge gave her vertigo. Standing on the edge gave her vertigo. Vertigo often occurs due to an imbalance in your inner ear. Vertigo often occurs due to an imbalance in your inner ear. He felt a sudden vertigo while looking down from the tall building. He felt a sudden vertigo while looking down from the tall building. 6. Pervert. Pervert. From Latin pervertere, meaning to turn completely. Per, completely, plus vertere, to turn. Pervert means to distort or misuse something. Also refers to corrupting someone morally. Pervert means to distort or misuse something. Also refers to corrupting someone morally. Power can pervert even the noblest individuals. Power can pervert even the noblest individuals. The politician perverted the truth to serve his own goals. The politician perverted the truth to serve his own goals. The activist's intentions were perverted into something harmful. The activist's intentions were perverted into something harmful. 7. Subvert. Subvert. From Latin subvertere, meaning to turn from below. Sub, under, plus vertere, to turn. Subvert means to undermine, weaken, or overthrow something, especially authority or established systems. Subvert means to undermine, weaken, or overthrow something, especially authority or established systems. Dishonesty subverts trust in relationships. Dishonesty subverts trust in relationships. The rebels tried to subvert the government. The rebels tried to subvert the government. Their plan was designed to subvert the existing system. Their plan was designed to subvert the existing system. 8. Convert. Convert. From Latin convertere, meaning to turn together. Con, together, plus vertere, to turn. Convert means to change from one form, state, or belief to another. Convert means to change from one form, state, or belief to another. The app helps you convert currencies quickly. The app helps you convert currencies quickly. They converted the warehouse into an art gallery. They converted the warehouse into an art gallery. After much thought, she converted to a new religion. After much thought, she converted to a new religion. 9. Introvert. Introvert. From Latin introvertere, meaning to turn inward. Intro, inward, plus vertere, to turn. Introvert means a person focused on their inner thoughts and feelings rather than external activities. Introvert means a person focused on their inner thoughts and feelings rather than external activities. I'm an introvert. I prefer quiet evenings at home. I'm an introvert. I prefer quiet evenings at home. Introverts often recharge by spending time alone. Introverts often recharge by spending time alone. Many introverts enjoy creative hobbies like writing. Many introverts enjoy creative hobbies like writing. 10. Extrovert. Extrovert. From Latin extrovertere, meaning to turn outward. Extro, outward, plus vertere, to turn. Extrovert means a person who is outgoing and energized by social interaction. Extrovert means a person who is outgoing and energized by social interaction. Extroverts often thrive in group activities. Extroverts often thrive in group activities. She is an extrovert who loves meeting new people. She is an extrovert who loves meeting new people. His extroverted personality makes him the life of the party. His extroverted personality makes him the life of the party. That's the end of the practice session. Let's now read out loud a short story using all these words in a proper context. Title of the story: The Strange Machine. Emma loved exploring old things. One day, she found a strange machine in her grandfather's attic. It had levers, buttons, and a sign that read, "Do not invert." She wondered what would happen if she turned it upside down. Unable to resist, she carefully inverted the machine. The machine buzzed loudly. Lights flashed and smoke came out. Suddenly, a voice said, "Welcome to the time turner. Please choose your destination." Emma froze. A time machine? Could it be real? Before she could answer, the machine spoke again. "Error. System diverted. Emergency landing activated." Emma felt the ground shake as the room spun around her. When it stopped, she was no longer in the attic. She was in a busy market filled with people in strange clothes. Signs on the stalls advertised fresh bread and handmade pots. A boy ran past her, yelling, "Get out of the way!" She realized she had traveled to the past. Emma wanted to go back home. She returned to the machine and pressed a button. "Error. Time turner reverted to default settings," the machine said. It spun again, and Emma was in another place. This time, she was in a futuristic city with tall buildings that gave her vertigo when she looked up. A robot approached her. "Can I help you, human?" it asked. Emma explained her problem. "This machine has perverted my journey. I only wanted to see how it worked, and now I'm stuck." The robot nodded. "Ah, the time turner. It's dangerous. It has been banned because people used it to subvert history. You should not play with such technology." Emma felt guilty. "Can you help me?" she asked. The robot said, "Yes, but you must first convert the machine's power settings. Otherwise, it will not work properly." Emma followed the robot to a control room. As they worked, the robot asked, "Are you an introvert? You seem quiet." Emma laughed nervously. "Yes, I like being alone, but right now I really need help." Another robot entered the room. "Unlike her, I am an extrovert. I love meeting new people," it said. Emma couldn't help but smile. Even robots had personalities in this strange future. Finally, the machine was ready. The robot said, "Remember, do not press random buttons again, and never invert the machine. It causes errors." Emma promised to be careful. The machine whirled as she stepped inside. She pressed the button to return home. The room spun once more, and she found herself back in the attic. Everything was quiet. Emma looked at the machine. She didn't want anyone else to make the same mistakes. She carefully covered it with a cloth and left the attic. From that day on, she decided to focus on learning about the past through books, not dangerous machines. But deep down, she wondered, what other adventures could the time turner bring? End of story. That's all for this vocabulary building session. I urge you to practice these words in your speech over the next few days to understand them better. Bye for now.